family, what's going on? It is Casey. I'm the relationship manager with FasterFunds, and today, we are coming to you from Casey's Corner. This is a new series that we are going to start, your source for real estate success. Really what I want to do is talk people through things that I see from the lending business, that I see from just meeting people in real estate that are being successful, that are setting people up for success. So I want you guys to be successful. So that's what these videos are going to be. So we're going to jump off with the very first one. And today, we're going to be looking at how to run a rehab budget. When you guys are rehabbing, when you are doing rentals, how are you guys doing your rehab budgets right now? Are you scratching them down on a piece of paper? How do you estimate the amounts? Whatever you do, you need to have a good plan in place. So that's what we're going to look at. If you do not have a rehab budget tool, reach out to me. I'd be happy to send this one to you and connect you guys. We're just going to go ahead and jump right in. So what you're looking at here, this is my rehab analysis tool, right? This is my rehab budget calculator. Has a whole bunch of stuff on here, and we're going to go in depth with this to show you what it looks like to run a rehab budget. Going into the sheet, property, I put the address here, 123 Main Street, right? What's the square footage? We're going to be looking at a 1,200 square foot house on maybe it's a ranch or something like that. And how many beds and baths does it have? So this one is going to have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So I've got that all typed up here at the top. Now, why do I do this? This is a very simple thing. But what happens is when I go to save this sheet, I know for this specific property, I can look back over the years. I have a whole entire file full of all the rehab budgets I've run over the years. So I can go back to a house that I ran 3 years ago and know what my rehab budget was at that point. I can tell you that there's been deals that have come across my desk years after it's been on my desk the first time. I go back, I look at the rehab budget, I look at the pictures again, and I can match those up and see if any work has been done at all. That's why we put that information in here. So going back and how we operate this tool, if you're going to do a full replacement on a small kitchen, 10 cabinets or less, we estimate that's going to be about $13,500. This is going to be cabinets, countertops, appliances. You can get crazy with pulls, you can get crazy with backsplash, whatever that looks like, it's up to you. But an average cost is going to be $13,500. So we'd put that there for a small kitchen. You can see when I put a quantity of one, that adds $13,500 to my total. What if it's a larger kitchen? It's a medium kitchen, 15 cabinets or less. We're going to calculate that for about $16,500. And again, what if it's a large kitchen, 20 cabinets? I'm doing lots of backsplash, maybe an island, something like that. We can do this. Now, the other thing that you can do, you can fine tune this. If you've done rehabs before, go back through your costs and you can fine tune this tool. You can go back and you can put in, all right, the average large kitchen for me is actually $25,000. Whatever it is, this tool is adjustable so you can make those adjustments as needed. Really, again, it's customizable. This is good to get you most of the way there, all right? So we are going to back that up here. And let's say we're going to have a medium kitchen with this. If you're just going to paint the appliances, if you're just going to, paint the cabinets or get a new appliance package, I should probably up this amount. This doesn't include a fridge, I can tell you that much. Or I will tell you, I did just buy an appliance package through Home Depot. I got fridge, microwave, oven, and dishwasher. It was on a huge sale. It was $2,400 delivered. So that's actually pretty close, but that was on a big sale. So it might not be the case for you. If you're going to do a small amount of granite, $3,000, a large amount of granite just to do countertops, $6,000. So you can see how it's customizable here. Now we're going to venture down into the master bathroom. Okay. If this is a full replacement, we're assuming a double vanity, tub, and shower, right? That for a full replacement is about $4,500. So we're going to assume that 123 Main Street has a master bath where it needs to be fully replaced. It has a dual vanity. It has a separate tub and a shower. So that's why we're going to choose the 4,500 here. And then we know that there's a hall bathroom somewhere or a guest bathroom. So we're going to do another renovation for the bathroom, 3,500 for a standard kind of hall bath. Now, if you're just doing a vanity, toilet, mirror, and light, $1,000 might get you there. Again, you can adjust this as needed, but this is designed to get you most of the way there. Scrolling down, we are making our way to the basement or foundation. So crack repair, injection per foot. So if you look on the wall and you see a wall or a crack that's going down the majority of the wall and it's a 9-foot pour, what do you think we're going to put here? We're going to look back at our sheet and we're going to say that's going to be 9 feet of repair, injection, epoxy injection is what they use for that. So $450. If there are 3 9-foot cracks in there, that's going to be 27 feet of crack repair that's needed. So again, adjust that as needed. If you're going to repair it with carbon fiber instead, again, you can put it there per foot. So if 27 feet, $2,700 for that. If you're going to put a new sump pump, if you're going to do drain tile, this is per linear foot. So if you're looking at the basement and you're going to put it along the entire back wall and there's 40 linear feet along that back wall, we're going to put 40 in here, 2,000. But if we're going to do it against the other wall, which is 20, so it's 20 by 40 basement, that's 60 linear feet. So again, get that in there however you want, but this is a really neat tool for all of that. If I'm going to paint the concrete walls and floor, on average about $2,000. If I'm going to spray the rafters black instead of doing drywall, that's what I'm going to do in this rehab that we're looking at. So I like that. If you want to finish the basement, per square foot. So let's say I want to finish 1,000 square feet in the basement. On average, that's going to be $15 a square foot, so $15,000. We're not going to worry about that because we're just going to focus on the 1,200 square feet on the main level. If you want to do a bathroom rough-in downstairs, $5,000 might get you there. It might not. Adjust as needed. Here's one, foundation piers. A pier every 6 linear, this is supposed to say linear, but it says linear foot. So every 6 feet that it needs a pier, maybe you need 8 piers. That's going to be $12,000. Foundation beams, if we need a beam, again, every 6 linear foot. I need to adjust this. I don't know who put liner, but that's what it's there. And then to do the sewer lateral, $5,000. $5,000 is a plus or minus, guys. I've had sewer laterals cost $12,000-15,000. I've had sewer laterals cost $3,500, $4,000. I've had sewer laterals cost $8,000, and the county sewer lateral program paid for it. So it just really depends on what your scope of work is and what's needed. But again, this is designed to get you there, to get you looking at what this project is going to look like from the jump so that you can make the best calculated guess. We're going back into paint. So if we're doing ceilings, walls, doors, and trim, $4 per square feet. We had 1,200 square feet upstairs. $4,800 is how much it should cost us to paint that house. That should be paint included with that number. If you're just doing ceilings and walls, we can probably adjust that to maybe $350 a square foot instead of the doors and trim as well. But you can see that you can put that information here. We're going down into flooring, all right? If you're putting in carpet, installed per square foot about $375. I'll tell you, I just paid, I think it was $1.65 a square foot, plus I think it was 10 or 12 cents for the pad, and then another, I don't know what it was, maybe $1 a square foot for install. So we're pretty close to being under that number. But again, just depends on you and your contractors. Vinyl plank, call Brad Evans. I just got some great vinyl plank from him for, I think it was like $265 a square foot. That leaves a lot of room to hit $6 a square foot. So we're going to put vinyl plank in this entire home for a total about $7,200 installed. Going down into the mechanical, how's the furnace? How's the AC? If you have to replace the full system, about $6,000 is what we calculate for that. If you're just doing the furnace, $3,000. If you're just doing the AC and the A-coil, $3,000. If you're just needing it serviced, $500. Might be nice to get the HVAC service before you're selling a house versus just going ahead and doing a whole new system. So whatever works for you. A water heater, if you're doing a water heater, $2,200 installed for a new water heater. That's relatively accurate from what I've found out in my projects in the past. Now we're going into plumbing. Do we need to have a bathroom stack replaced? So that's just for one bathroom. Do we need a kitchen stack replaced? Do we need to replace water lines? What does that look like? Adjust those numbers as needed. Now to the electrical stuff. If you just need a panel, $1,200. If it's a panel and a service cable, $1,800. If you need the whole shebang, $3,000. So we're going to put that this house needs a new panel, service cable, and mast, about $3,000 for that. Whether it's a 220 or a 100 amp panel, whatever, you figure that out with your electrician, but $3,000 should cover pretty close to that. This is one where people, I feel like, miss out on a lot. Outlets and switches. If you're switching these bad boys out, it costs money. That's money that people forget about all the time, and it can add up pretty quickly. So we're going to go into the miscellaneous outlets and switches, and we're going to throw $2,000 at it. That might get you all the way there. That might not, but it really is going to help you get there. Light fixtures. If you're a big light fixture guy, I think I spent $150 or $200 on 3 ceiling fans, and then I got another light, so on and so forth. $2,000 might be in light fixtures. If I know that I'm going to add a lot of can lighting, I can do that here in line 72, or I can keep it here. So I'm just going to estimate maybe, nope, that's too much. I meant to say about $6,000 worth of extra lighting to be added. Doors. Here's another one I see a lot of investors forget. If your doors are ratty and frayed at the bottom, go ahead and replace them. The last rehab that I just did, they didn't have 6-panel doors. I was trying to save a little bit of money, and they actually came out okay. There wasn't a lot of gnarliness at the bottom of the door to where people have been kicking it or it's splitting or anything like that. So you don't have to replace every door, but make that determination when you need to. But a lot of investors forget to account for doors. And as we can see here, if we've got a 3-bedroom house, so then you've got 3 bedroom doors. Each closet probably has 2 doors. So we're at 12 doors plus a pantry door plus a bathroom door or 2 bathroom doors. You could really easily be at 15 doors plus hardware. So we're missing $5,000 worth of stuff if you don't account for doors. Here's another one, baseboards. If you're doing baseboards all the way around, it's another $2,500. So the nickel and dimey stuff that you forget about is really going to eat into your profit if you're not accounting for it. So that's what we're hoping to do with this sheet. So going back into the document, the garage, if it needs a new opener, $500, might be able to get it cheaper on Amazon, up to you. If you need a new single garage door, $1,100, or a 2-door garage door, $1,400. I was just talking to a garage guy. You can get 2-car garage doors that cost $4,500. You can go as crazy as you want, but again, make those adjustments here. Continuing to the exterior, is there a sliding door? A lot of times that slider off the back going out into the backyard needs to be replaced, on average about $1,650. Exterior door, like a front door or something like that, $500 will get you going pretty easily. Windows, if you want to spot replace windows, replace one at a time, you can do that. Or it's really easy to get to 12, 15 windows around the house. So if we got 12 windows, let's go 15 windows. That's $8,000. That can add up pretty quickly. A basement window, unless they are broken or severely rotted out, I don't always replace these, but it would be nice. We've got that in here too. The next is the roof. You can call Angle Ridge. They are who helped us figure out these estimates. They do a great job. But looking at a roof, if we're going to tear it off per square feet, I'm looking at 1,200 square feet for the house, right? $8,100. Now, your house may also have a 2-car garage, so this may be close. It may be over. It may be under. Again, work with your contractors. Work with the people that you have relationships with to figure out these numbers and to make it the most accurate for you. If we're doing a hipped roof, if you see a roof with a hip in it, those cost more. So we're going to account for that here. Flat roof, again, those are the most expensive. So we're going to look at that here. If we need vinyl siding, again, on average, $675 per square foot of interior space. We're not calculating the square foot of how much the side of the house looks like. We're just taking the interior square foot and estimating. If you're doing siding, are you doing soffits at the same time? Are you doing gutters at the same time? Are you doing fascia at the same time? So if you're just doing a roof, you're looking at what we said here, $8,100. If you're just doing siding, $8,100. But if you're doing the roof, siding, soffits, gutters, and fascia, there's another $7,500, $8,100 just right there that we're not calculating for. So make sure you're getting those numbers in there. Are you doing a new concrete driveway or a patio per square feet? If you're doing a 10 by 10 pour, 100 square feet, $1,500. If you're doing a 20 by 20, 400 square feet, $6,000. That might be more or less what you're looking at. Again, just make it adjustable to you. We can do asphalt layover. We can seal the driveway. I like a good power wash, so maybe account for that. Some exterior paint here. If we need a tree removal per tree, on average, call Todd Liscomb with Liscomb Tree Service. He may tell you more or less, but these are, again, general numbers here. A light landscaping. This is pretty good to just freshen up the property. A full landscaping might be if there's a bunch of extra, maybe bushes that need to be pulled, or maybe some keystones that need to be redone, or maybe some larger bushes that need to be pulled. That's where the full landscaping can come in there. So don't forget about that. Light fixtures, per light fixture. We already had that upstairs, or I should say earlier in the sheet, but hey, we might be, this is so we don't forget things. Deck repairs. If you're just doing standard repairs, $2,500. If you're just going to stain it, maybe $1,500. If you're doing a new deck, per square foot with survey and permit, these can get pretty expensive. This is the cost for wood. If you're using Trex or TimberTech or something like that, this might not be enough. So again, adjust as needed. Termite system, just had one added for some sellers of mine. It was about $1,100. So this was a little bit short. So we're just going to say $1,000. Mud jacking. I just got a quote to mud jack part of a driveway and a front porch, and it was $2,100. So $1,000 here might not get you all the way, but we can make that adjustment. And then tuck pointing. If you've got a brick house in the city, do not forget about tuck pointing. That is dirty money that nobody wants to spend, but it can really wreck you if you need tuck pointing and you don't do it. Finally, down to the miscellaneous costs, junk removal or demo per dump. You can easily spend $3,000. You can easily spend $8,000 on just junk removal or demo. You can spend a lot more on that with your demo team, but talk to them. See how much they're charging. You're $5,000 for demo. Cleaning and pictures, $500. If we're removing a non-load bearing wall, that could be $1,000. If it's a load bearing wall with architecture and all that, it might be $5,000. If you're doing mold remediation, $1,000 could be low. Plaster work, we don't really have a number in here, but take that and look at everything to just make sure that you're considering everything that needs to be done for this project. We're looking at 123 Main Street, 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and we're looking at I'm assuming a total renovation on this property. That's what I was considering when I went through this and just did these fake numbers. And you can see here at the bottom, our total is $111,000. We add 10% for permits, inspections, occupancy stuff. So your grand total for a 3-bed, 2-bath, full renovation is about $122,000. I know people say that might be astronomical. I can tell you that I've spent $135,000 on a less than 1,000 square foot house before. I've spent $185,000 on a 2,400 square foot house before. So again, this is designed to get you most of the way there. I hope this was really helpful. I hope this sets you guys up for success. So thank you for spending a few minutes with me. And again, welcome to Casey's Corner, your source for real estate success. Until next time.